A soft answer. Proverbs 15 and verse 1. It says, a soft answer turns away wrath. In other words, our approach to issues largely determines the outcome. A response laced with cynicism or anger breeds wrath and resentment. Proverbs 25 at verse 15 says, through patience, a ruler can be persuaded, and a gentle tongue can break a bone. So let's think as Christians, how do we respond to what is said about us? Particularly if it's not what we want to hear. I know of somebody, and the day he told me that he never gets angry, I looked at him and said, you couldn't possibly be human. He says, no, I don't get angry basically because I want to please God. I'm still working on myself. But here we see what Proverbs 15:1 and Proverbs 25 verse 15 says, what they both say concerning the way we speak, the way we respond. And that whatsoever our responses are, it should never be out of wrath or an angry spirit. Praise the name of the Lord. So we should never let outbursts of rage, for instance, as it said in Ecclesiastes 7 at verse 9, it says, do not be quickly provoked in your spirit. It says, for anger resides in the bosom of fools. Have you ever wondered? You get angry, and once you have vented your anger on the object, a quiet calm comes. Or once your anger has translated to lashing out, a calmness comes thereafter. Proverbs 25 verse 11 says, a word fitly spoken, or a word properly spoken, or the right words put in place, is like apples of gold on pictures of silver. In other words, a word in due season, how it's more like a soothing balm. So brethren, listen to what the preacher says. Consider the words from the books of Ecclesiastes, a book of Proverbs, words of wisdom and wonder that came from the Proverbs of King Solomon. Now, have you ever stopped to think? God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth. Some have said the reason why our Maker did this was so that we listen twice as much as we speak, retort, or respond. So my counsel to us this morning is, let us weigh our responses. Let our hearts process properly to ensure words are fitly spoken, like apples of gold, tapestries of silver. Let our words heal. Let our words give life. That is what the Master did. That is what we are expected also. Words fitly spoken. God bless you.